Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about ISO, which stands for International Organization for Standardization. There are three types of ISO that will be compared in this video, which are ISO 14001, 45001 and 9001. So these are the presenters for today. Without further ado, let's start with the scope of the ISO mentioned earlier. So firstly, for ISO 14001, it is an internationally recognized standard that specifies the requirement for EMS. It focuses on environmental sustainability and impact reduction, and it also helps organizations to improve the environmental performance. This ISO can also be used by any type of organization attempting to effectively manage their environmental responsibilities.
The scope for ISO 9001 includes products and services and legal requirements.
Scope of ISO 45001, creating a policy and maintaining the OHSMS, which is Occupational Health and Safety Management System.
The similarity of Clause 4 for ISO 14001, ISO 9001, and ISO 45001 are to identify and assess the risks and opportunities that could compromise the ability to achieve the objectives, then to reduce risk and take advantage of opportunities, put in place in the proper controls. Also, keep an eye on and evaluate how well the management systems are working.
So in the context of organization, ISO 14001 requires identifying internal and external factors that influence their environmental goals, including environmental conditions. It is also requires understanding the requirements and expectations of interested parties such as local communities, customers, suppliers, and investors. So ISO 14001 also needs the organization to establish, implement, maintain, and continuously improve their EMS that is integrated with the business process.
Now to the Clause 4 for ISO 45001. It outlines the requirement for understanding the context in which the organization operates, which is essential for the development, implementation, and continual improvement of the OHS management system. So, Class 4 for ISO 45001 was ensured that the OHS management system is built upon a clear understanding of the environment in which the organization operates and the needs and the expectation of those affected by its activities. It provides the foundation for the successful design and implementation of the system.
For context of organization, ISO 9001, it highlights the importance for organizations to thoroughly understand their context, interested parties, and the scope of their quality management system. This context-driven approach enables organizations to align with their quality management initiatives, with their strategic goals, stakeholder expectations, and the specific needs of their industry or sector. Next, for similarity of Clause 5 for ISO 14001, 9001, and 45001, can emphasize how crucial top management's commitment and leadership and to the creation and execution of a successful management system.
Next is the differences of Clause 5 about leadership and worker participation. Unlike other ISO 14001 emphasizes leadership commitment to environmental performance. It also creates, implements, and maintains an EMS that supports the overarching business goal, and also the top management are accountable for the effectiveness of the EMS.
Leadership and worker participation. For ISO 9001, it highlights the importance of clearly defining and communicating rules, responsibilities, and authorities within the organization to facilitate effective implementation of the quality management system and support ongoing improvement.
Clause 5 for ISO 45001. Alright, this clause emphasizes the importance of top management commitment and engagement in creating a culture of safety. as well as ensuring effective participation from workers at all levels. For example, leadership and commitment. So, the top management must demonstrate leadership and commitment to the OH&S management system, which is such as by taking accountability for the system effectiveness. So, second, by OH&S policy itself to support the organization commitment to providing a safe and healthy workplace. So, next is consultation and participation of workers, which is the key component of Clause 5, which is ensuring the workers are consulted and actively involved in the development, planning, implementation, and review of the OH&S management system.
Moving on to the similarities between ISO 14001, 9001, and 45001 for Clause 6. These ISOs focus on recognizing and managing the risks that could affect the organization's capacity to achieve its goal. They also require organizations to establish measurable objectives aligned with their policies. These three ISO also differ based on Clause 6. For ISO 14001, it makes sure that an organization should plan effectively by identifying risks and opportunities related to their environmental impact. They must also examine the important environmental factors and then create and put into action plans to manage the important environmental factors.
Planning ISO 9001. Modifications to the quality management system must be planned in advance and properly documented.
Clause 6 for the ISO 45001. This clause is critical because it helps ensure that the organization and identifies hazard, assesses risk, and takes preventative and corrective action to improve OH&S performance. So, for Clause 6, which is planning, such as addressing risks and opportunities, setting OH&S objective, risk assessment, and action planning. So, by following Clause 6, the organization established a structured approach to planning, ensuring that is proactively identify and manage OH&S risks, establish clear goals, and takes necessary action to improve the safety and health of the workplace.
Next is the similarity of Clause 7 for the three ISOs. All of them focus on emphasizing the importance of setting goals and targets. In order to achieve the goals and the targets, implementing process is a must, and the performance of a certain company should be tracked and evaluated. Moving on to the difference of Clause 7 regarding support, which is critical for the effective implementation and maintenance of EMS. ISO 14001 suggested that an organization should set the goals and objectives for the environmental performance. They can achieve their target by executing and managing the procedures of the company. Other than that, they should also monitor and review the environmental performance as regularly as possible.
Support ISO 9001 underscores the importance of resources, competence, awareness, communication, and effective management of documented information in building a successful quality management system, ultimately aiding organizations in improving efficiency and meeting customer expectations.
Clause 7 for ISO 45001. Clause 7 ensures the organization has the necessary support system to manage its OH&S management system effectively, including resources, which is financial, human, and infrastructure. Second is competence, which is ensuring personnel are trained and skilled for OH&S related tasks. Third, about awareness, which is raising awareness of OH&S responsibility and the system objective. So next is communication. Communication is ensuring effective communication on OH&S matters. So lastly is documented information, which is it maintaining and controlling documentation for the OH&S management system.
Now I'm going to continue with Clause 8. These three ISO have some similarities regarding Clause 8. In terms of planning, these three ISO mention that organizations must consider quality, occupational safety, and occupational health and safety. Now I'm going to continue with Clause 8. These three ISO have some similarities regarding Clause 8. In terms of planning, these three ISO mention that organizations must consider quality, occupational health and safety, and environmental risks when planning their operations. These organizations also must put controls in place to make sure that their operations are carried out in a way that conforms with the specifications of their management system, and in order for them to be successful in reducing impacts and managing risk, they must always keep an eye on their operations. For the difference of Clause 8, which emphasizes on operations and in organization, ISO 14001 focuses on how an organization's operations affect the environment, such as pollution and etc.
Operations in an organization, ISO 9001. The standard outlines a comprehensive approach to specifying product and service needs, emphasizing the importance of ongoing customer communication, compliance with legal and organizational requirements, conducting formal reviews before commitments, and documenting any changes to ensure all relevant personnel are informed.
Clause 8 for ISO 45001. This clause outlines the requirement for an organization to plan and control its processes to ensure the health and safety of workers and other interested parties. Alright, so we start with operational planning, which is the organization must establish and implement processes that are necessary to manage risks and opportunities. Next is control of risk. This involves implementing action to eliminate hazard or reduce risk to an acceptable level. Next is management of change, which is if there are any change in operation, technology, or processes, the organization must ensure that these changes do not introduce new risks to health and safety. So, Clause 8 requires organization to take a proactive approach in controlling operational tasks, ensuring that health and safety concerns are integrated into day-to-day operation. For the similarity of all these, Clause 9 is organization must plan operation considering quality, health, and safety. So this Clause 9 in all three standards deals with assessing the effectiveness of the management system to ensure that the organization objectives are being met and that the system is functioning as intended, which is while each standard applies this principle to different management areas, which is health and safety, quality and environmental, the structure and approach are quite similar.
Moving on to difference of Clause 9 for ISO 14001. Unlike other ISO, organizations need to keep an eye while quantifying the environmental performance and also recognize, then assess important environmental factors and take the necessary steps to lessen the environmental effects.
Performance evaluation, ISO 9001, requires organizations to meet both the stated and intended needs of customers by collecting, analyzing, and monitoring data on customer satisfaction through methods like surveys and direct communications, while also managing communication throughout the customer lifecycle to address complaints and enhance customer perception and satisfaction.
45,001. So clause 9 is ensuring the OHS management system is continuously evaluated for performance and effectiveness. So, clause 9 emphasizes the need for a systematic performance evaluation through monitoring, audits, and management reviews to ensure the ongoing improvement of the OH&S management system. The goal is to enhance the system's effectiveness and performance in order to prevent harm to workers, comply with legal and other requirements, and achieve the intended outcomes. Our similarity clause 10. This clause is focused on ensuring that the management system is continually improved based on the results of performance evaluation, audits, and review. These principles in clause 10 across all three standards aim to drive ongoing enhancements of the system's effectiveness and to address any issues that may arise.
Last but not least, the last clause, which is clause 10, which emphasizes the continual improvement of an organization. For ISO 14001, a company should determine and evaluate environmental factors. By that, they can set goals and aim to lessen environmental impacts and keep up a management system to meet these goals and targets.
Continual improvement, ISO 9001. It outlines the necessary steps an organization must take to enhance its processes, products, and services.
Clause 10. For ISO 45001 is corrective action, which is respond to non-conformities and take corrective action to prevent their recurrence. Second is preventive action, which is take action to identify and address potential problems before they occur. Continual improvement, make ongoing improvements to the OH&S management system to ensure better outcomes for worker health and safety.